All right, we're back. This is the first official Patreon and members only video. So this will go both to Patreon and to the members on YouTube. Now, just to simplify everything when it comes to the tone shop, for those who have ordered something, thank you so much. I'm using two separate coupon codes, one for the members on YouTube and one for Patreon. Both will give everybody the same benefit of 20% off whatever the price is. So that'll always be like that. Sometimes the coupon code offers a bigger discount as well. I also posted for the very first time on my feed, letting everyone else know on the channel that I actually sell X-Demo stuff on my own website. Anytime that coupon code goes up, it won't be the same as the discount you guys get. Just know that it's quite a bit different. It's like 10% off as opposed to 20 or 22%. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd fill you in on that because I don't want you thinking you're missing out on something or they're getting something for nothing. So anyway, the reason I did that, I got so much stuff piling up the cupboards, in boxes, pedals, all that kind of thing, and it all needs to go to a good home. So stay tuned with the tone shop. I actually got some help with Rhiannon loading stuff up onto the shop. I've already adjusted some prices. Some of them weren't quite right. So if you saw something and it looked a little high, I've already bumped them back quite a lot. So yeah, have a look if you're interested. But I just wanted to let everyone know that's what's coming up. So I've just shot two more pedal demos. One of this, the Magician from Missing Link Audio. This is the first Fillmore / Allman Brothers pedal in a box that he's made, and it's really cool. It's like a great riff machine. If you're into classic rock riffs and all that, you know, Hendrix and Zeppelin and all that kind of thing, you'll get a kick out of what that can do. It's pretty cool. I also did another video earlier of a boost pedal that I forgot I had. It's by ST Electronics, one of the best just treble booster style pedals I've ever used. Treble boosters almost go a little bit kind of under the radar. Everyone's talking about volume boosts or preamps or overdrives, but if you get your hands on a good treble boost, give them a go because you can get a lot of nice cut through the mix, and it's pretty cool. So the other reason I wanted to put this video together, something happened with the Supersonic. I had nothing but complications with it the day of that video going live, so I ended up having to take it back to the shop. I'm going to do a full video about what went wrong and the overall quality control lately with Fender amps. Just to give you a quick short story of how this went, I went in to play the Supersonic 22, and the first one I played had a lot of issues. It was like rattling badly, it had some microphonic stuff going on, and a couple of the tubes were bad, especially in the V1 position. I asked for a new one. I said, is there any chance I can get my hands on like one that's never been played? I took it out Sunday night last week and had it played. And I heard this like high frequency sound coming through. And I thought it was the PA system. And I was right next to my friend Brian. We're playing on stage, or on the floor, but at a venue. And we're like, where's that sound coming from? We're like, it's probably the PA system. So we put our amps on standby and I forgot about it. I then did a live session here at the house and it did it again. So I knew, okay, so there's something seriously wrong with the amp. And then it started doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, this can be as simple sometimes as replacing the valves or the tubes. I already know that. And other times it's a rabbit hole or a nest of problems, right? So I thought, I'm going to take this back. And the other one that was in the shop had exactly the same problem. Now, you might remember a few years back, I did a video about the Blues Juniors all being faulty. Their reverb tanks were crap. And I had 3 of them and they were all faulty. And I tried 6 or something like that in total. And I couldn't find one that didn't have this problem. And I feel like the quality control on Fender amps are pretty bad. It's almost put me off buying another one. So the shame of it is, or the complete downer of it all, was the amp sounded so good. So anyway, to keep it simple, they refunded me the money. And I'm just going to hold off and find one that either works properly, or I'm going to just not get another amp for a while, because they're kind of like my options. I also put it side by side with the Artist Tweed Tone. I was on the fence. I was actually going to sell the Artist Tweed Tone. I'm not going to sell the Artist Tweed Tone. 1, it's never let me down reliability-wise, and 2, it almost has a bigger sound than the Supersonic. It's a strange old thing when it comes to 22-watt amps. Sometimes they're loud enough, sometimes they're not. It really depends on the room, and these are the kind of things I put into my 8 reasons why I should buy one. But I'm going to follow that video up pretty soon, maybe in a week or so, because I feel like anyone who's just gone, I'm going to go get one of these now, I'm almost a little wary of the quality control. I almost think it's because they come from the US. These are USA-made amps, but I don't know where the valves are actually made, whether they're made in Russia or whatever the case may be. A lot of people seem to think that those valves are made in China and then they're sent to the US, and then that gets shipped to Australia, and it then goes to the distribution center, and then from the distribution center to the shops, and from the shops to my house. So that's a lot of travel, and the valves are the first things to go bad. It also made this like terrible, terrible noise on the drive channel. Like, it was microphonic. You could tap the top and it would go crazy. So rather than wait to get it fixed, I opted just to get my money back, and it made far more sense rather than stressing about like parts and labor, and brand new. So it shouldn't have had these problems, and it's a real shame. But I don't really do the podcast too much anymore, but I'm thinking about doing one maybe in a couple of weeks, or just putting a dedicated video about what I've learned about that amplifier since and how great it sounded. But the major trade-off is its reliability. And this wasn't a problem years ago. Like, these kind of like issues with Fender weren't a massive problem back in the day. So it's pretty disappointing. I'm like, yeah, again, it's kind of put me off buying any new production model Fenders. When it comes to their digital amps, they don't have these same inherent problems. So it just seems like the valve amps are all noisy and scratchy, and they got bad valves. And yeah, it was a real, for 24 hours, it was a nightmare. So I thought, I'm going to take this back. Interestingly enough, the thing that really made the amp go crazy, so no pedal board going into it, right? I'm plugged directly into the amplifier. I'd unplug the guitar. I'd plug in the foot switch that comes with the amp, and it would go crazy. I'd unplug it, it was fine. I plugged it back in, it would go crazy. And yeah, I just thought, this is not good enough, kind of thing. So anyway, the guys at the shop were great. I got my money back. They're sending the amps off to go get fixed, both of them. So yeah, anyway, so that's the story. I didn't want to not release my video because it's a good video, but I need to follow it up now with at least, you know, my experience with it. Piggybacking on the back, I guess, of a video about using it, because again, tone-wise, when it was working, it sounded fantastic, and we did a live session here, which I can't wait to share with you. So stay tuned for that again, and yeah, I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much. It's good to get back into it. I went through a funk playing-wise because I didn't play much before I went away. While I was away and after I got back, it took me a couple of weeks to really get my fingers back on the fretboard, but I feel like I've got my chops back, my fluidity is coming back, and the ideas are starting to form. I played live last night, and for my standard, I played pretty good, which was way better than the time before. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing you some more cool stuff coming up. I'm going to also do a Keys to the Guitar Shop probably in about a fortnight, but before then, I'm going to share with you this live video somehow of the session we filmed. It wasn't really with the intention of making it a YouTube video, but it's pretty cool, and I think that the tones and the playing are pretty fun. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And again, thank you, everybody, for the support. I just wanted to throw this quick video together and share with you all. And, yeah, more videos coming up. Thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.